At Fort Mifflin again. This time the planes are actually taking off, actually landing in a different direction. Here comes the plane.
You call a dog. They usually come. Cattle just look at you like, what?
Yes.
Have you been here? I'm sorry, you can't tell. I'm sure it's covered up.
This is Tina. She's part of the, I would say, Grateful Dead, but the Dead, which is a organization that does research on the dead. Yes. Very nice. So we've been. Sometimes we use a gentleman named Scott. There's a gentleman coming down here named John Saffis also. Who y'all will get to meet. But tonight, the presentation will be done by the dead, and which will be different than y'all probably ever seen before, those that have been here. So all in all, what we're hoping to have happen is that y'all experience something different, hear different information, and they have quite a lot. So, as soon as everybody gets ready.
I'm just waiting for Trish on where she's at. She she's out there.
So y'all are agreeable to break them into two groups, that way it's more intimate?
Right down his neck. One group here, one group there.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. For this group. And while y'all are going on your tour and everything, me and Lorraine will endeavor to make up a couple of pepperoni and cheese platters. I mean, if y'all want it.
We're gonna try.
I mean, if you don't want it, we won't do it.
Go ahead, do it.
Invite Elizabeth.
What do we do?
Yeah, make sure Elizabeth comes.
You're doing one tour, right?
Okay.
You and Trish, you and Tina, I always get jealous, are going to do the tours. Yeah. And, this group. So it's more intimate. 45-minute tour, 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And then a bathroom break, and then here. And while y'all are doing that, we'll make up some cheese and pepperoni. And it's fun.
Okay, sounds good. Not really. There's 5 of them that we're gonna go in here tonight. There is a new one, which nobody's allowed on tonight, but we'll pass it and I'll tell you about it later. A lot of kids refer to these places as the dungeons. Can you shut out your light for me? I feel like I'm on stage. I'm horrible at tour guide and speaking, so, but she would just have to forgive me. But I do know this fort and I do know the ghost stories. We can go on in. This room right here that you're gonna pass right here, this is the bake oven. As far as but you're welcome to check it out tonight. There's always a first for everything. And the reason why they do that is because they used to let people stay in 5, but the reason why they don't anymore is because 5 is one of the most popular casemates as far as activity goes. Not saying that there's not activity that goes on here, because there is. There's actually activity all over the fort, but it just happens to be more heavy in 5, so that's why they don't let anybody stay in there anymore. For the people staying in here tonight, you possibly could have some experiences. The ones that I know of are mostly associated with either sleepovers or reenactments. When they have the reenactments, the soldiers actually stay in all the casemates. There was one instance where, I don't remember if it was a sleepover or if it was a ghost hunt, but there was a fire going like there was tonight, and there was a couple people standing over there, and there was one little girl over there, and she looked over at the fireplace, and she saw somebody standing there tending to the fire. And she's like, good, somebody's keeping it going, keeping us warm for the night. She turned back around. She's like, oh, we got somebody taking care of the fire. She turned back around, there was nobody there. They were dressed, it had to have been a reenactment. They were dressed in full Revolutionary War gear. And she turned back around, and there was nobody standing there.
Now, is this a troop barracks? Is that what it is?
Yes, this used to be, troops used to stay in here, but during other wars, they were used as prisons. So there'd be, how many, 500, Wayne? Out in here? How many people would it be in here?
Oh, this one room right here would have held, during the Civil War, held approximately 100 Confederate prisoners.
And nothing but a bucket in the corner. That's all they had.
Did they have beds?
At one point they did. Initially they did not. All they had was straw on the ground. And I've seen icicles hanging down.
Yeah.
And whenever it rains real heavy, it'll flood.
Oh, yeah.
Crowded conditions, poor sanitation, bad drinking water, bad food. You had every stomach ailment, lung, and lack of sunlight. We
These
know.
aren't windows?
Huh?
These are not windows?
Yes.
Yeah, they're windows,
Oh, they are
but
windows.
not. They don't
didn't let
allow much.
later.
Yeah. And most of them are blocked up now with either like cardboard or anything. Because it keeps it warmer in here.
Yeah.
Trust me. A lot less wind. It does get windy down here. The other story that happened in here, I know for a fact was during a ghost hunt. There was a group in here, and all of a sudden they heard music. And they're like, where's that coming from? It's pretty quiet down here, and even if there was music going on, there was nobody else down here. And there was a kid, and he had a knapsack, and they thought maybe it was his phone going off, or he tore apart his bag. They didn't find anything. But it was it sounded like period music, like, something like a music box almost. And they tore this place apart and they couldn't find anything. They went back down to the other casemates, nobody was here. So they have no idea, what it was or anything like that. But there is activity in here. You'll hear, I've heard footsteps in here. If you take pictures, you'll get a lot of orbs. You got to keep in mind. We'll go over this during the presentation, but a lot of dust because it's dirty and everything. And the fire will also make you see things, especially when these lights go out, because they will. But it's nice and cozy in here. So
What do you mean the lights will go out?
these lights go out.
You
usually.
shut them out?
Yes.
Or
Yes, usually, yeah, they should
what time do you shut the lights out?
after the tour.
I'm not kidding, for the rest of the night?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, that doesn't.
Yeah, no, the whole fort will be dark. Every place we go will be
Really?
completely dark, yes.
Cool.
With the exception of the fire, but all the rest of the casemates will be completely dark. The powder magazine will be dark. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Let's
You
get
need
rid
to
of fireplace.
we should sit there and think of logical explanations for things. Usually when he gives us a tour, he tells a story about how somebody came down here and they saw this green light, this like green glowing orb come down this hallway, go around the corner, and then go off and disappear into 5. I heard the tour, I'm like, a green glowing light, it's probably a flashlight or something. Until I came here and I gave this tour to a small group of people who were staying overnight. And I came down here and I saw something, and it looked like a green light, and it went down this hallway and down around the corner, and it disappeared. Now, there was another girl with me at the time, she had seen it also. She wasn't on Wayne's tour, so she had no idea about that green light, but we both saw it together. I don't know what it was. We were the only people down here. It was a very small group, but I watched it go all the way into 5. So I have no idea how to explain that, but now I believe the green light story. Hallway, and in all 3 of these. I've always had problems with 2. I don't know why. I know I've had a lot of personal experiences in there. There's another speaker coming here tonight. His name's John Zappis. He'll tell you a story about in there about how, something felt as if something went up his back. And he doesn't get touched often, and he hates it.